Hi, and thank you for joining us for our presentation that includes our QR code lesson plan. This presentation was made for the Edit 6150 course with Dr. Kopcha and was also implemented into a 6th grade classroom. The group members for this lesson plan are Heather Elo, Stephanie Smith, and myself, Holly Sanders. And our hopes are that you can use this lesson plan to implement into your classroom to make an exciting activity. The source of our lesson plan was based on this basic problem. The engineering and technology students need to meet certain course standards in which they will need to examine the nature of engineering and technology and also analyze the designed world of engineering, manufacturing, and energy systems. When we were looking at these standards that we were going to implement into Miss Elo's classroom, we all decided that we needed to find a way to meet them while increasing student motivation, collaboration, communication, and creativity. We all agreed that we wanted to develop an active learning environment, and we also wanted to involve technology and more of a bring-your-own-device type of situation. When researching different technologies out there that could be used to create this active classroom, we came across one that we thought would fit these standards perfectly, and that would be a QR code creator. In this case, we decided to use QR Codify, which is one of the several free QR code creators out there. And for those of you that are not familiar with this type of technology, please enjoy this short video. As shown in the video, you can see that QR codes can be created to send students anywhere on the web where they can find information and possibly even link to new information. Once we found this use of technology, we decided that this would become a solution for our problem in using the 4 C's, which would create a collaborative working environment where students could work together to figure out how clues meet terminology. Students would also be able to prepare a visual presentation to present pictures of technology to the class. Students will also be required to communicate efficiently to find the QR codes, clues, and to create a presentation. And finally, they're going to have to use their creativity in order to create a visual presentation that they're going to give back to the class. So once we decided on our technology, we started developing our plan. The basic goal of the plan is to create a scavenger hunt. The first QR code will equal the student's first clue. From there, each QR code is going to represent some sort of technology that was based on the standards for Miss Elo's 6th grade class. When a student scans the QR code, they are given a definition of the technology along with the explanation as to why it belongs in each category. At that point, the student is then given a clue for the next technology. Lesson Plan developed a scavenger hunt that will use 3 different sets of QR codes that will break students into 3 separate groups so they are all on their unique group mission. There will also be some false QR codes created that will make students think about what they're scanning instead of just looking for QR codes. After locating the correct code, students must take a picture of a second item that fits into the technology area. So it's not just finding the QR code, it's then understanding what source of technology they're looking at and trying to find something that matches that they can bring back to the class presentation. The technology areas that we included are medical, agricultural, communication, energy and power, transportation, manufacturing, and construction. At the end of this activity, students should meet the learning outcome by being able to identify the various areas of technology, Students should also be able to classify items as either one of the 7 areas of technology, or in fact that one of the items is not within that certain technology. These learning outcomes again meet the core standards of examining, defining, and analyzing the world of engineering and technology. Here are our implementation details. The learners, they're Ms. Elo's 6th grade engineering and technology class, consists of 16 students. These students need to be equipped with the basic prerequisite knowledge of understanding what QR codes are and being able to scan it, as well as having the mobile devices to participate in the task. The time for the implementation is approximately 5 45-minute class sessions. But please note, when you move this into your classroom, time may vary considering on the complexity of and size of your scavenger hunt. To prepare, you'll need to assign groups, prepare a matching pre- and post-test, give copies of the task to each group, make copies of the assessments, identify and label QR codes on scavenger hunt items, and make the fake QR codes for non-qualifying items. At this point, you're ready and you can let your students go. As stated, our implementation happened in Ms. Elo's 6th grade classroom, and this is a graph of our evaluation results from the lesson plan. This graph is set out to show questions that were missed on the pre-test versus the post-test. The pre-test is in red, and as you can see, the red bars are quite high. If you look specifically at question number 6, 12 out of 16 students missed this question, and all questions, at least 6 people missed. And then when you look at the post-test results, the majority of the questions, students answered at 100%, with just 3 misses on question 2 and 4, and 4 misses on question 6. Further looking at this result yields an improvement in the class average of 47%. The pre-test score was 43% and the post-test score was 90%. And we feel like this was a very successful implementation of this lesson plan. Lastly, we're going to leave you with some of the lessons that we learned during the implementation process. First of all, the QR code scanners don't always work. So when a cell phone failed, the pairs were combined into a group of 4 to keep the activity rolling. So make sure you always have a backup plan for when technologies fail. And we have to note that the students absolutely love this activity. However, in their excitement, they would follow other groups and get off their intended paths. When this happened, Ms. Elo had to go back to the teaching plan to redirect several students. So be sure to have the QR code guide handy to help quickly redirect students who get off the path or can't figure out an answer. Also, be sure to emphasize to the students not to follow another group because they do not have the same clues and it can make them get off track. Lastly, in students' excitement, they often look for the memes as much as they did the correct code, so be prepared to keep students on task to look for the intended codes. Well, that about wraps it up. Thank you so much for viewing this QR code lesson plan, and we hope that you're able to implement this fun activity into your classroom soon. From Heather, Stephanie, and I, we thank you very much and have a great day.